All right, so I wanted to go over this CBIS or CBIS trade today that I took on the short side. There were kind of a lot of things that I put into play as far as why I thought this was a short today on the breakout that it had on the daily chart um, versus a long, and it really came back to looking at the history of the chart and what would you expect from people that are trying to take as much money from you as they can versus allow you to make money. So, and what I mean by that is market makers and all that stuff. So, essentially, what I was doing was I was waiting for this exact trade on this exact type of breakout that was going to happen. And I say breakout with, air quotes. Take a look at back at the daily chart over here. You can see that it broke out and then it tested once, tested twice, and then it failed on the third try. Essentially, within a 2-day period. So, what I'm looking at here is that same type of pattern, that it just did over here as far as on the daily. So I consider that it was up essentially 8 straight days, including today. You could maybe not count that candle, but the important part is everybody looking for the 14 breakout? Yes, even I was looking at the breakout at 12. I longed it, but then I got rid of it. So, I was watching it kind of in the morning. I put it on radar as far as, if this thing continuously fails, what's my risk going to be versus the potential reward if this thing eventually washes out? So after it put in 1 peak, 2 peaks, and 3 peaks, I started in essentially right here after I saw this giant flash. And I mentioned it on Twitter, it was just a 500 print at 10:30 exactly. So 500 shares all the way down into the 11s. And I've seen this print several times as far as what I think it is somebody saying, hey, it's letting somebody know, hey, this is where we're going to send this today, as far as expect the price to be somewhere at that point for a good cover today on the short side. And that maybe comes back to, I've traded a lot, I've seen these things, and I kind of get an idea for what those little flashes mean in the middle of the day. So I was extremely confident today that CBIS was going to get absolutely murdered. Purely based off of that intuition, the fact that it failed. And in reality, the risk that I was taking was 0.00 So I was risking almost nothing on this trade for the potential of being right, of it pulling back big time throughout the day. Even a penny or a half a penny or 2 pennies. With a couple 100,000 shares, it's going to be some decent money. So as soon as I saw that, I took a starter and then I actually added in here. And then I just let it bounce around throughout the entire day. Ignored it, left, went and played, some golf for like an hour, just practicing. And what the really important thing to look at here is who is controlling it, as far as who's on the bid, who's on the offer, where what's getting hit, what's getting taken. And ARXS has essentially been the one that, I feel like they either have a algorithm actually on this stock, which wouldn't surprise me, but all you really had to do was watch ARXS all day long. And you could see that, whenever they were propping it up, they were also selling size on the offers the whole day. The entire day it was doing that exact thing. And these big hits, the 800,000, the 700,000, all those big ones were going through underneath the ARXS offers. So, they're essentially bid propping it. Other people are, bidding it, and they just hit those bids throughout the day. So the real thing was watching ARXS throughout the entire day. And I didn't really care unless they were to lift the offer and then it actually started printing higher. That would have been the one thing that I would have worried about, but never really saw that at any point throughout the day. And the second that they left the offer, as far as on the bid side, which was, I believe, right here, they just disappeared, and I think they went down to 13. I said to myself, if there it is, there they go. It's done. And the second that happened, everybody, as far as retail traders that maybe knew that, started hitting the bid, and then it just, that's where it goes. Until that they say, we're going to bid support it again. I don't know if there was news out there or what it was, but taking a trade as far as risk reward goes of, and you can see I tried to cover some because I wanted to not have as much overnight, buying power reasons. But the point is that the risk reward was there. I was risking, 13, I think it was 5, 6 or something was my average. I'm risking essentially just the high of the day break, maybe maximum 13.74. So 0.015 was my risk for the potential of it to do exactly what it has done previously on the daily. Essentially pulling right back into the middle area of, consolidation of the previous days, which is essentially, like a 10-to-1 risk reward. And that really all is that it came down to. I could have been wrong, and then I would have just taken a loss, and that would have been it. But there was just gut feelings, and I think over the course of your trading that you figure out and you get a feeling for these things. Because I had no idea it was going to do this. I anticipated it. I didn't think it was going to go straight to 10.6 in the matter of 10 minutes. Because I covered most of it right here, and I reshorted again at the end of the day right here at 12.1 or something like that. So I am still short overnight, but point is, find a good, decent risk versus reward, and also think to yourself, okay, if somebody's controlling this, where's the maximum pain that they're going to inflict on other people that are trading this stock that are long, all that stuff. So you're going to, essentially the thought is, 14 breakout, I'm going to get long for the 14 breakout. And then you just cream everybody because, once this starts, you're not getting out until, way below bids. And you can start to see that when they hit the offers below that. You're toast if you're long as far as getting out at a decent spot. You might get lucky, but odds are you're going to get filled at the bottom. And you're going to be pissed. You're going to chase it right back up, and then they're going to pull it again on you. So just thing to learn. Watch what the market makers are doing that are controlling any stock, and that works for NASDAQs as well. And take a good risk-reward trade. If you guys have questions about this one, let me know. Like I said, I didn't know this was going to happen, but the intuition was there that they were going to fake the breakout on the daily, get everybody to chase up into the highs, and then just rug pull everybody. So, because they've done it just like 6-7 times. So, really just came down to that, looking at chart history, and then taking a risk-reward trade that you're acceptable with. So, hope you guys got something out of this video. If you want me to go a little bit more in depth, just leave me a comment.